In a recent address captured in today's video, President Donald Trump declared he is prepared to initiate a second phase of sanctions against Russia, a declaration that reflects a mounting policy approach amid ongoing geopolitical tensions. The statement comes at a moment of heightened conflict, as Russia allegedly carried out its largest aerial assault yet, including the striking of a Ukrainian government building in Kyiv. The president, speaking at the White House, portrayed this move as a strategic escalation, a message aimed at signaling both the severity of U.S. disapproval and the administration's willingness to intensify pressure if necessary. He emphasized the deliberateness of the decision, stressing that the timing and scope of additional measures will be guided by unfolding developments. This posture suggests an administration carefully calibrating its response, balancing geopolitical pressure with diplomatic maneuvering. Trump's remarks also come amid reports of Russia's expanding military action, underscoring that the new sanctions are a direct response to aggressive acts. The targeting of Ukraine's capital and government infrastructure indicates a deepening crisis, and the U.S. response reflects mounting concern within the international community about Russia's strategy and intentions. While specific details of the second phase remain undisclosed in the video, even media sources noting Trump's statement reference the potential escalation without full policy outlines. The announcement appears to be a calculated message to both allies and adversaries. For allies, it signals continued U.S. commitment to support and deterrence. For Russia, a warning that economic and strategic consequences may intensify. Trump's rhetoric also hints at a tension between projection of strength and the measured diplomacy often associated with sanction policy. The notion of a phased approach allows room for both escalation and potential de-escalation, should Russia's behavior shift. This dual dynamic of pressure and flexibility reflects a broader strategic posture increasingly common in international relations today. Analysts will likely scrutinize such statements to assess whether they signal real policy shifts or serve primarily as strategic messaging. The withdrawal of detail may be intentional, keeping targets in Washington guessing, while maintaining leverage that can be deployed swiftly. Equally, the announcement raises questions about coordination with international partners. Sanctions of significant impact often involve multilateral collaboration. Trump's phrasing, particularly the notion of being ready to move, implies leverage but stops short of commitment. Watchers of global affairs may interpret it as a calculated tactic to build alignment among allies or to secure bilateral agreements before execution. The impact of new sanctions on Russia would unfold in several domains. Economic sectors such as energy, finance, and trade could face restrictions, potentially targeting Moscow's ability to fund military operations. Financial institutions might find their access to global markets curtailed, while individuals connected to the regime could find their assets frozen or travel restricted. The ripple effects could reach global supply chains, commodity markets, and energy prices, an outcome with implications far beyond Eastern Europe. Domestically, the announcement could play into political narratives as well. By projecting vigilance and resolve, the administration may strengthen its standing among constituencies concerned with national security and foreign policy leadership. Yet without clarity on the timeline or specific targets, critics might accuse the administration of using sanctions talk for headlines without tangible follow-through, highlighting the delicate balance between rhetoric and results. Ultimately, President Trump's proclamation of readiness to proceed with a second wave of sanctions against Russia underscores a pivotal moment, the transition from warning to action. How soon and how forcefully the U.S. acts may shape the trajectory of the conflict in Ukraine, and the global response to authoritarian aggression. If these talks turn to tangible sanctions, the coming weeks could prove a crucial barometer for both U.S. foreign policy credibility and the unfolding humanitarian crisis in the region.